All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the Pinecast. If you are listening, this is actually episode 11, even though you missed episode 10. It's a recap of the first 10 episodes. You can go back and you can watch that on YouTube. Go to CrossFit Sacred Pines channel and see it there. I'm Matt Dawkins. I'm here with Peter the Slammer Sanger. Peter, please tell us, who are you wearing today?
I'm wearing Chubbies. This is our sponsor today, Chubbies.
Is that really who makes that?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
The weekend has arrived.
Will you just stand a little closer to the camera so people can fully appreciate? No, get you closer to the camera so people can see.
So this is for the holiday luau coming up.
That's right.
We got the palms, we got flamingos, we got pineapples, snowflakes,
All right,
water, and candy canes.
sit down.
All right. These are the candy cane lanes. I feel like I'm like embracing Mrs. Claus when I just wear this.
He mentioned upcoming. Let's hit it real quick. Just so you guys know, this Saturday we have the Hot Cocoa 5K. It's happening in the Nexton area. On December 22nd, we have the Christmas Luau. Bring the whole family. It's free. We're going to eat. We're going to drink. We're going to play games. We're going to give some stuff away. It's going to be a good time. And then why don't we just keep going? Unless you have anything else for the luau.
I'm really excited.
Peter's smoking some meat for the luau.
Yeah, we're going to get some butts.
Some butts.
I know we
There's gonna
said
be some butts in the house.
I know we said no gifts, and we made that, but I can't help myself. It's Christmas time. This is my Laker hat. I was just in LA. I was at a game, saw LeBron take it down, and I got a couple things for you.
All right, we got some gifts here.
This is a serious gift. This is.
Is it for me?
It's for me to you and Alicia.
And Alicia?
Yeah.
I'll show you how I open gifts. Hope it's not fragile.
It is.
It is fragile. It said it's a serious gift.
Yeah, and it's not a phallic symbol in any way,
Wow.
shape, or form. It's a sacred pine cone.
Check that out right there.
Sacris penis from the Latin.
I appreciate that.
That's from Rogers
I really
Gardens,
feel like
Newport Beach.
I am well aware of the non-optional social convention of gift giving, and then that is when you receive a gift, you must give a gift of equal or greater value, or else you're a lesser human.
So here's
So now I owe Peter one gift.
gift
Two
number
gifts.
two.
What's this?
We got three.
Is this less serious?
It is, well, you might like it. It's not food.
This is the stickiest Scotch tape I've ever experienced here.
You can get that
Something
Fred.
with aluminium and Scotch tape.
That's British for aluminum.
Oh my gosh. This is going on my bedside table. No question. You guys check that out.
Romance.
Make sure y'all can see that right there. That means a lot to me,
Good.
Peter. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
And then we got the last gift. I'm gonna need this frame back though at some point. My
You
wife
need this?
doesn't. Yeah.
This is you're going to Indian give this frame. Okay. Can I say that? Is that politically incorrect thing to say?
Wow.
Do I care?
Trail
Maybe.
of tears on that.
Trail of tears.
That come up yet?
Do you want the aluminum back too, Peter? My God. I don't like it. I don't know. That's pretty amazing too, right there. This one will not go on my bedside table because Peter needs the frame back.
I like me some Peter.
Right? And from there, we're going to. I need to show you guys. We are operating today on some new technology, and I feel like I owe it to you guys.
All right, this is hot.
For you to see what is seeing us right now. That's our new technology right there. Hope you can see it. Got the Go mic. Hope you're appreciating the better audio. And 1% better every day, as we say, right? So, Christmas Luau on the 22nd. We actually have a brunch and wide on the 1st. It's at 10 a.m., so plan to bring a dish, come work out with us, eat with us afterwards. It's going to be a good time. And then we are talking about competing today, so I want to go ahead and put it on your radar. The in-house competition, the Winter Classic, is on January 19th, and we already have, I think we have 16 teams of the 25 teams that we're looking for. So we're looking for 9 more teams. These are male, female teams. This will be in-house. We'll have RX. We'll have scaled. And
there really is no reason why you should not be a part of this unless you're in a wheelchair.
That's kind of if you want to stop there, that's really what we have to say today is, unless you're in a wheelchair, you should be competing.
Shakespeare said it best.
He did.
To compete or not to compete. That's the question.
Yes, absolutely. And just so you know, Manny Martinez is competing. He got his team on roster today, along with Rachel Ewert, Julie Keefe, and Kyle Addy. So stoked about that team. Stoked about all the teams so far. So today we're talking about competing. And just to get started, if that wasn't enough of a preface, let me preface the conversation today with I think there's a huge difference between being a competitive person and having the desire to compete, right? That in a sense they're the same, but we know competitive people, right? Competitive people, their drive comes from the desire to be better than the people around them. That's what drives them. That's what moves them. That's what gets them that 1% better every day. But you don't have to be that kind of person to have a desire to compete. In fact, competing can be an incredibly healthy thing that doesn't take competitive desire to want to compete.
Peter the Webster Sanguinator says to compete is to outdo another in a contest for prize, for supremacy, or other.
Yeah, we'll talk about a little bit of the other today.
So it's not really to outdo somebody else. I mean, competition is different than competing. It's more nuanced in how we compete in the box. It's a mental and physical challenge, competing against ourselves, working through a workout, helping somebody through a workout. So the spirit of competition, we want to put that forward in the Winter Classic and anything we're doing. We want to make it like a regular workout the day of a competition. You want fair play. You want everybody to do their best, even if that means you might not win.
Right. So we already have 64 people committed to competing, which is exciting. But we know there are folks on the fence. And so today is for you to help you make an educated decision, right? To make a wise choice of whether or not you should compete. So, Peter, what would you say is the most important thing to consider when it comes to whether to compete or not?
Your physical health.
Physical health? I agree with that.
Listen to your body.
So if you've got an injury or...
If you've got nagging, regular soreness, try to take it easy leading up to the competition so you feel as fresh as possible, where you don't think it's going to hamper your actual performance or let down your team the day of. If you have more serious issue, like ongoing knee problems, like I'm kind of dealing with, and I'm really trying to get ready in a month. If the competition was next week, I would not be able to do it. So that's the kind of things you really need to listen to. Talk to professionals about it if you're not certain. And I say, when in doubt, pull yourself out.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. Now, if you're just dealing with some inflammation, and you can dial back your volume a little bit over the next month and a half, and you'd be in a good place mid-January, then that's the route we should go. And consult your coaches as well. Your coaches want to be a great resource for you to help you sort of put a game plan together. And in fact, a lot of our coaches will be competing in the in-house competition, and it's going to be a good time. So the physical aspect is, I would say, I agree with you, Peter, is the most important thing. What would you say is another sort of category to consider?
Embracing the social aspect of it, just embracing the community of it, and the experiences you'll gain, the long-lasting bonds and friendships, competing with somebody else next to you that you can take to the grave. How many people thought when they joined CrossFit, just to better themselves as an individual, did they ever say, I'm going to be competing against other athletes?
Nobody.
I never thought about it.
So the argument, it's not really an argument here. Really, this is a pro to competition, is embracing the experience of you're surrounded by people. There are people in the trenches with you, right, in this competitive environment that want the best for you, that you have teammates in this particular competition who are going to be cheering you on, and we're going to see all kinds of PRs.
Yeah.
We're going to see people who are performing at their absolute best because of what the environment breeds in a community-centric competition. So
I want to talk about myself for a second. Getting into the competitions, I first started them out doing in-house competitions back in San Diego. They were called Friday Night Lights. And they programmed WODs, like 7 different workouts. Not everybody did the same workout, and he made them to the ability of the individuals competing against each other, so they were competitive in that itself. So just doing that kind of like lit my fire, like, oh, this is great, even though people were watching me do these in front of them as a public display. So when I got here, I've had 3 first places, and I came in 14th place. But the 14th place was the Sacred Pine Invitational, or the Invitational. Mm-hmm. And even though I came in 14th place, I had goals for myself going in, and I achieved every single one of those goals. I got 2 rounds full of pull-ups, which I didn't really have at the time. I got 140 on the snatch, which was my goal, and I wanted to beat the time cap on the what was that? The box jump overs
Yep.
and the burpees and the
Thrusters,
thrusters.
yep.
And I did. And so at the end of the day, was I mad I got 14th place? Yeah, a little bit. But I achieved all 3 goals I had set out prior to it. So it was a win.
Yeah, we're not
It was a win.
anti-competitive by any means. So if you're a competitive person, all the more reason why we'd encourage you to jump into this. But what he's talking about is another sort of drive, not just to beat everybody around him, but to beat himself in what he was capable of doing previously. He wanted to set new, better times, and ultimately that's how he walked away with a win, even though he took 14th place. So I like that. I respect that. I appreciate that. From the social aspect, I guarantee you he had people in his corner in those workouts saying, "Get up, get another rep, push yourself," and ultimately you did. You did, and you're better for it. Right?
And that day was just a great day.
Yeah,
Seeing
so
the
much
box
fun.
come out, all the people come and support.
Yeah.
We had so many volunteers helping
So much
everybody
fun.
out, and we were told by so many people what a great event it was.
Yeah.
And so that's the takeaway. It was just
Yeah.
a great day all around.
How about, we talk about mindset as a pillar of purpose-driven fitness, and this sort of ties into that social aspect, but unpack what it means to, like when we talk about the psychological maybe benefit of competing, what would you say? What would you say is a benefit in terms of your mindset? I mean, it ties it heavily with social, right?
Yeah. I mean, just the fact that you're making yourself uncomfortable and you're pushing yourself out there in front of others, and regardless of the outcome, you're going to put your foot forward and give your best effort. So there's just so much to be gained from that. The experiences of learning to compete against other people, encouraging other people to win and do their best, even though if that means you may not win, because it's about the spirit of the competition itself. Yeah. But the self-confidence you will get just from accomplishing that, it goes so far. And like, you want to come back in the gym, you want to get better, because you had that taste of it. And where I didn't even realize I was that competitive a person, other than playing wiffle ball with my friends in the yard and stuff, I really wanted it. I wanted it more, and it just really drove me to want to get better.
When's the last time you played wiffle ball? Real talk.
25 years.
25 years ago.
Not even
Me, it was yesterday.
Oh.
Just kidding. Probably about the same. I like it. So the last thing is, and for those of you that maybe you're still on the fence or you're trying to decide, should I go RX or scaled? Let's talk about ability and how to decide. Let's look at specifically at the Winter Classic, and Peter, enlighten these folks about whether or not to go RX or scaled. How do I make that decision?
Well, one, you need to look at the workouts that are being offered. So I think,
can I do the movement?
Can you do the movement? Right. So there's no, like, if it was a bar muscle up, well, I couldn't go RX. It's not like the open where you can go scaled and the points and everything. So you have to do what's prescribed, otherwise you're going to get a 0. But here, I know we have a couple people who don't quite have double unders yet, or don't quite have toes to bar, but they want to compete. They're going to try to go to the RX division, and they're working on it right now. They have a month to get it done, and I think they will.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Nikki Zittinger
and Jenny Fliss.
I mean, folks that are making progress every single day, that they're putting in the extra work. So, yeah, you find yourself on the fence.
She had 0 double unders, and she did 80 today.
What?
They were in 10, they were single double.
Whoa.
But they got them.
Whoa.
And you don't have to get 30 unbroken, it's just 30.
You don't have to, if you go back and watch the demo from last week, we threw it on the YouTube channel, CrossFit Sacred Pine YouTube channel. You watched me do a demo, and actually, for the event 1, you have to be able to do 30 double unders, 20 goblet squats, 10 box jump overs in roughly 2 minutes on behalf of your team. I tripped 9 times on my double unders. I had to break up my goblet squats, and every single jump was individual. I didn't cycle the box jumps, and I still finished in about 1:59.8 seconds. So, you don't have to be able to do the movements unbroken. You don't have to be extremely proficient in them to be able to say yes to RX. You just need to be able to execute them, and you got time to practice. And you can't register until January 1st anyway, so you have between now and then to find out what you can do and what you can't do. So now that all the watts have been released, you have the opportunity to go and check. Anything else on that?
If you really don't have the movement, you don't feel comfortable doing it, then don't do it.
Yeah, and it's
all
all in-house.
We wanted
ask
we
your
wanted
coach.
to be fun.
Yeah.
We wanted this to be fun, not an anxiety-filled day.
Yeah, but don't let yourself not push yourself if you are comfortable with movement. So ask your coach, ask me, happy to help line you up with Scaled RX, even help you find a team. So
it's supposed to be hard.
Yeah. So those are the four really things that we want to talk about. So sort of in closing, I remember.
I would dare say is the sixth pillar competition. I don't know. I mean, there's so much around it that
It's almost like the test of the pillars,
Yeah.
right? In a sense,
You build up all
competition
those five to
sits
get
on
to
top
six.
of. If you know the fitness pyramid, you have nutrition, you have metabolic conditioning, you have gymnastics, you have weightlifting, throwing, and then on the very top you have sport. So in a sense, you have these 5 pillars: nutrition, training, rest, recovery, mindset, and what sits on top, the weight to see if those things can withstand the test, is competition. Actually testing your fitness, actually testing your capacity. And so for many of you, you have these pillars in place. It's time to test the pillars. It's time to test the strength of the foundation, not to win a competition, but to be a part of an awesome experience and just see what you can do on the competition stage.
Dip your toe in the water and see how cold it is.
And see if you don't get that itch, because you might do this and it might light a fire in you.
I got it.
In fact, I would say this as well. Signing up for this competition, committing to this competition could do wonders for the way that you train for the next month and a half. Where some people want to write off the holiday season, it might just give you some purpose and motivation to actually push you to train like you've never trained before.
We have over half of our Sacred Slim Down athletes have joined the competition.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for
Who do we want to give shout outs to?
Tim Dorn,
Patrick
Patrick Dings,
Kyle Addy,
Tammy,
Valerie Bolt's going to do it. Tammy's going to do it.
Brandy Kiefer's
Brandy
going to do
Kiefer's going to do it.
And we're going to come in for the other 4.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Dee, we're coming for you.
Jimmy,
we're coming for you. Christy, we're coming for you. We're going to get you guys. We're going to get you on board. It's going to be awesome. So, in any case, to compete or not to compete, hopefully this was helpful, valuable information to you. If you guys have more questions, feel free to comment below and hit us up. We're in the box.
Yes, that is the answer.
Yes. Yeah. Well, in short, we just made the decision for you. Yes. Unless you're broken, you should absolutely be there. Don't let the excuse of, I just feel like I haven't put enough work in the last season. Don't let that be enough of an excuse to keep you from an awesome experience. So I'm excited about it.
Yes.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks for your time.
Yes to compete. This is episode 11. Can't wait for episode 12. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Smooth.
You got yourself scratching your neck here, and I feel like that's
Well, I had a rash.
so you were covering it up.
It was from the wig.
It was probably 99 degrees in that wig. This is now, is this something? This is a picture that you had done before, or
There's actually a girl's face on that. I was in Palm Springs.
so you just did all this recently?
I did this in Palm Springs. I added the Sacred Pine face today.